Shanti, everyone. Welcome to today's yoga experimentation. I like this system of the global bhattis. I think it started off during the coronavirus pandemic, and I'm pleased that we've continued these because it gives us a nice focus, just like the World Meditation third Sunday gives us a good focus. I think these global bhattis also give us a good focus. And we've been having some really interesting Avyak points, haven't we, recently as well. But one theme that's come up this week that I'd like to focus this yoga on is this connection with Shubhaba as the seed. It came up again in today's Murali, and a few days Baba's been mentioning about the difference between the seed and the tree. How this drama works is that we leave the seed to come into the drama. So all of our souls are up above. Sometimes Baba uses this term, the inverted tree, meaning it's upside down, the upside down tree. And the seed is at the top. And all of us, we are sitting with the seed in the soul world. But then we have to come down number-wise, meaning sequentially. And we, the Brahmin souls, we are the beginning of the trunk of the tree, so we come down quickly and we move away from the seed first. And once you're in the drama, you're then mainly connected with the creation, the rest of the tree. So initially, of course, that's deity souls in their deity form. And then from the Copper Age onwards, Baba was keeping it simple, I think, for the audience he had. He was saying 3 tubes emerge from the trunk, meaning the religions of Islam, Christianity, Buddhism. So you have the religious fathers like Abraham, Buddha, and Christ, and then there are others as well. And so Baba is saying that you've got then a whole variety of souls who are then coming into the into that type of environment. And what we do is that we continue to connect in with the creation. And what Baba was explaining this week is that there's this praise in the scriptures of the seed of Shubhaba as Satchitanand, the truth, the conscious being, and the embodiment of bliss. Now, what Baba is saying to us is the embodiment of bliss is something which is not really part of our drama constantly, but it's something which is there sometimes for us. But we sometimes have sorrow, sometimes happiness. And then truth, well, that's a very complicated thing for us, isn't it, down here? Where do you find the truth? Who is the truth? So Baba is saying you can't really find the truth in creation. But we do look for these two things, don't we? We're going after some truth, we're going after some happiness, and this is our pursuit during the cycle. So we spread throughout the tree looking for these things. And in Bhakti, they will teach omnipresence. So they would say that these 3 qualities of God, they're omnipresent in everything, in their original state. And in a sense, you can see what they mean, but Baba is saying that actually this energy of the seed is distinct because it's consistent. He is the one who is the truth because he's the ocean of knowledge. The rest of us, no matter how wise we are, we leave our body, we forget everything that we know. And so it's a case of learning, unlearning, relearning. For us, knowledge is not something that the soul takes with it. But for Shiv Baba, he doesn't take rebirth anyway. So he has that knowledge consistently. in his intellect. Sometimes when we remember God as light, we don't see him as a conscious being. It's just like a light. But Baba says, no, I am Chit, I am Chaitanya, I am conscious, meaning Baba has his own mind, intellect, and sanskars. He has his own role in the drama. And then Baba is the ocean of bliss. So in this commentary, we're going to explore these three things. I won't be playing any music because that can interfere then with the commentary. But you might want to, if you prefer, to have some music. You could play it on your side. And there'll be periods of silence in between because I'm not putting the music on. But just so you know that it will be continuous, so you don't need to worry. And then I will come back in with some words. So the first step is always to just relax the body. And we take ourselves into soul consciousness. We focus our mind onto the immortal throne of the forehead. And as we do that, we realize that our body is like a tree as well, with the soul at the top. And the brain is like the roots, isn't it? And then you've got the rest of the body. And it's very interesting, isn't it? Even as the fetus develops, it's the brain and the heart that develop first. It's interesting, isn't it? And then the rest develop after that. So you have this growth in a body, just like a tree. And Baba says that eventually the tree decays. And this body decays as well over the years. It grows and then decays. But the seed is eternal. That's me, the soul. And in body consciousness, we've forgotten this combined form between the soul and the body. The seed is incognito. And it's only in recent decades that we know about the brain as well. Otherwise, for centuries, we didn't really understand much. So these things that work inside of the body, they're also very incognito. The things that are actually achieving everything in the body, they're like tiny points as well. So tiny, tiny things, tiny points run the whole of the body, run the whole of nature. But there's one spiritual point. That's the battery, the energy behind everything. And that's me, the soul. So I look at myself in the form of the seed of this human being. This tree, it also has a trunk, doesn't it? We have this spine and the spinal cord running right from the brain right down. And that really is the basis of everything else, isn't it, in the body? And then you can see how the branches, the arms, the legs, and then the fingers and the toes, they're like twigs, aren't they? So it's nature is made up of these trees as well, these organisms like trees. But the difference between a human being and nature is either soul, either human soul. This is why the human body is so unique, because the human soul adapts nature in a different way. Baba explains to us that this big drama is also designed like a tree. And so I begin to understand that Baba's teaching me now how to go back into the seed form. For thousands of years, I've been in the expansion of the tree, whether that's the tree of my own body, or whether that's the tree of many relationships, or whether it's the tree of the world more generally, many religions, many cultures, many different arts, many different languages. It's a huge tree, full of diversity. And that's the beauty of a tree, the diversity, and yet the connectedness. So I've gone around the cycle. I've enjoyed the tree. There's a lot of happiness and beauty in the tree. Many fruits, many flowers, many leaves, many branches. And I've probably played important roles in expanding and sustaining these different branches. And even if I've just been sustaining my own family, a family is a tree as well, right? We even call it a family tree. So we've played many roles of sustenance. I think the Brahmin souls have always been sustainers and creators because they've been sustained by Shiv Baba at the complement age. And most of this drama is about sustenance, if you think about it. Because creation and destruction, they don't take so long, if you think about it, right? Most of the time it's sustenance, that's the real length, that's the quantity. And of this drama, if you think even about your day, most of your day is about sustaining. Even just looking after your body takes so much time and energy and money. So the soul is a sustainer. What's been happening is the soul needs sustenance and the soul needs to sustain. But we've been looking for that sustenance in the tree. However, that sustenance is mixed because Baba explains to us, it's the kingdom of Ravan. It's the path of Bhakti. So our sustenance is mixed with the sustenance of the vices. A lot of our sustenance has been through lust and attachment and greed and ego. And then we have a lot of sustenance through the many teachings and rituals and festivals of Bhakti as well. And with Bhakti, we pick and choose really, don't we, a lot of the time. So we sort of pick things that suit us, even if they're not actually true, but they give us a feel-good factor. Or we follow a guru, we follow a path that we believe in. So we've gone into many, many different branches. Baba says, doesn't he, that you Brahmin souls are the oldest devotees. You are the longest devotees as well. So we've done so much bhakti, and we would have even tried many religions that don't exist anymore. But you've seen from the beginning right till the end how bhakti has expanded. And you yourself might have created different branches or twigs as well, and you would have sustained them for sure. So Baba is saying to us that you've spent so long now scattered in the tree, sustained by the tree, sustaining a particular branch or twig or flower or fruit. But now the seed has entered the drama. And Shibaba the seed is an ocean, and he is the sun. At night time, the stars guide us. The moon might guide us. But stars are used mainly for navigation. So in the Copper and the Iron Age, this is the night of Brahma, the night of the cycle. And human souls, they are stars. And the new souls that come from the soul world, they shine brightly in the night. So we have been following many stars. And there are stars in every field, right? Every type of activity. There are stars. And we can see that generation by generation, there are new stars that just emerge. So we are following them, and the world is following them. But the confluence age is the dawn. It's sunrise now. And you are the souls who catch the first rays of the dawn. So before the sun is fully risen in the sky, sunlight is falling on you. When the sun rises, the stars are no longer visible. So yes, we've been following many others, and we've been involved in the tree for thousands of years. But now the seed has incarnated. The sun has risen. And so our attention is now seed. Because in front of the sun, everyone is like a lamp, like a candle. No one is anywhere near the energy of the sun. So Shiv Baba says to us, no one is the truth. No one is Sat. Only I am truth. Sat. I am the Sat Guru. I am the ocean of knowledge, the world teacher. So I look at Shiv Baba with wonder. Lives in the drama involve a masking of truth. No human being can be completely transparent because no one would want to know everything about anyone else anyway, but also that we will be vulnerable. So we are always holding back a part of ourselves. I don't think you could have even a single marriage that was successful if everyone was just honest 100%. I don't think you would have like any friendship, partnership. Like there's always a part of the soul that you are hiding. And also then the roles that we play in the world, the different careers we have, we are creating an image. And it's that image that brings success. And Baba says, I'm not interested in the images, in the masks, in the presentations. I am truth. In front of me, you can't hide anything. So you now have to train your intellect to not try. because our intellect has become an expert in presentation. But now, in front of Baba the Truth, we make our intellect quiet. And our intellect can be very insecure because it's fearful of being exposed, being transparent. The intellect wishes to hide, to present, to sometimes be who we are not. And Baba is saying, child, I know who you are. I can see all the goodness in you and the divinity in you. And I can see all of the alloy and the rust and the impurity. I even know how all of that came into you because I can see your full 84 births. It's even remembered in the Gita that God says to Arjuna, I come and tell you your many births. You yourself don't know that. So Baba says to us, I am the truth. I am the ocean of knowledge. And we look at Baba with wonder, with awe, that Baba, we can be clever, we can have good intellects. But Baba's intellect knows every soul in the whole of the world, and even the souls that are still in the soul world. And he can know everything we thought, said, and did in every second of the drama. And we would get overwhelmed if we knew, even if we knew about ourselves, it can be very overwhelming. And yet Baba's intellect is able to know everything about every soul. It's such a vast intellect. And yet it doesn't judge anyone. This is the beauty of Shiv Baba's truth. Yesterday, Baba was saying in the Morali that sometimes he thinks it would be good if drama changed and that his children could do even better in the drama. But then he accepts that it's a drama and it's how it's meant to be. And so Baba's way of using the truth is different to the way we use the truth. We can often use the truth to judge others or to justify ourselves. Baba does neither. He just says, this is the truth. That's it. But it's like a presentation. He also tells us that we have to face him after every birth. We have to go into the jail of the womb. And at that time, we face him, we face our conscience. So Baba's saying, you don't want that anymore. You want to face me now while you're alive. For birth after birth, we hide everything from everyone. We think we got away with things. And then we end up facing Baba anyway. But then Baba's saying now, begin to embrace the truth. Out of your healing and mending is your ability to be able to face the truth and accept the truth about yourself, both the powerful and the weak. There's the good that you can see, and maybe there's good you can't see. And then there's bad you can see, and maybe bad you can't see. And through the study and through yoga, your perception will grow, the clarity will grow. And then there's also the divine potential that you can unlock inside of you through your sadhana, through your spiritual endeavor. So there's a deeper part of you that can be unlocked as a fruit of intensive yoga, intensive effort. Baba can see all of this. Baba is saying that by hiding anything, you achieve nothing. But by being transparent with Baba, working with Baba, understanding that knowledge and yoga is for you. It's not for you to give to anyone else. Daddy Janki used to say that sometimes we can have an intellect where we listen to knowledge just so we can explain to others. But actually, Baba wants us to have an introspective intellect. How do I need to change? So Baba, the Sadguru, is my spiritual surgeon. And as I face myself with truth, then Baba works to remove. He operates on the soul. Baba is my washerman. Baba is my goldsmith. He removes the alloy, he removes the dirt. Baba was saying to us in the last 2 or 3 weeks that he gives us a current. If we remember Baba, we can catch Baba's current. In order to clean rust off metal, you often need a current. They use electrolysis and some metals. Baba, the truth. And Baba, the conscious being, the Chit, the Chaitanya. We are not just remembering some abstract light, but this is a Baba who has his mind, intellect, and sanskars fully engaged. We were reading a Murali just last week where Baba was saying that the whole day he's thinking about the children. So at this time, we've got Shiv Baba's conscious attention upon us. We've got Brahma Baba's as well. So Shiv Baba is looking at us and he's sending thoughts of Sakash to help us out. He's giving us light and might. He's saying, children, just have courage and you'll automatically get help. And the help will come in the form of you developing the strength to be able to achieve what you got courage for. So if you've got courage to change your sanskars, if you've got courage to serve, Baba will give you the help to achieve that. So Baba is consciously in a relationship with you. Just like Baba's intellect is marvelous, Baba's mind is marvelous as well. Our mind is polluted, damaged, attached. When we come to Baba, the mind is very needy. But Baba's mind is not like that. Baba's mind is an ocean. He is the ocean of silence. So as we think about Baba's mind, we experience the mind as an ocean of silence. Imagine a mind that has never had a waste thought. Think how silent that mind is. We can sometimes be silent, but we're quite happy even if we just have positive thoughts or slow thoughts. Because we're in a body, we also can't stop our thoughts. There's always some thought or another. But Shiv Baba is bodiless. So Shiv Baba's mind does not constantly have thoughts like that. The thoughts that his mind produces, they're not the same frequency as our thoughts either. They're much more subtle. The silent we can make our mind, the more we can develop our concentration power, the more that we have healed and purified ourselves on the inside, we can catch those subtle thoughts from God's mind. What is God's mind seeking? God's mind is seeking Manmanabhav. He is looking for minds that are still and silent. Look what he could achieve through Brahma Baba, because Brahma Baba disciplined his mind. Look at Mama. Baba was saying the other day even that Mama had such control over her mind that even sometimes Shiv Baba could enter her and serve. Look at Daddy Gulzar. She had such a quiet mind. She disciplined her mind. She became constantly Manmanabhav. So Shiv Baba's mind can begin to work through our mind if we can make our mind silent. But that takes a lot of internal work on yoga. But as our mind begins to go into the frequency of Shiv Baba's mind, we begin to experience the kindness, the warmth, Shiv Baba's sanskars. Shiv Baba's sanskars are the sanskars of benevolence. Shiva means the benefactor. So his entire set of sanskars are for service. As he has his own role, but his role is not for his own fulfillment. His sanskars, his role is to serve his children. Baba says that even a Lokik father becomes the server of his family. Like, even if they're a big boss at work, they come home and they're a server for their children and for their family. So Baba is the father, the teacher, and the Sadguru. And he has this very deep identity in his sanskars. The children, I am your father. This is his very deep. Daddy Janki used to say that he has this very deep identity, this bhan. Bhan means consciousness, identity. I am your father. And this is his number one identity. At the confluence age, he's also the teacher and the Sadguru. But throughout the cycle, he is the father. So the father is the permanent. So Baba says, I am the father of the unlimited, Behad Kabab. meaning I'm the father of all souls. So his sanskars are very fatherly. He has this deep love of the ocean of love, a love that no one else can have for each soul. And he is the one soul who's able to love you the way you need. We've been looking for that love in the creation, but difficult to get. And if we get it temporarily. But Shiv Baba finds it easy to love us the way we need. Shiv Baba's sanskars are very loyal to his children, very caring. Nothing is a problem for him. Nothing is too much for him. He wants to help. Baba often says to us, Bache, Hazira Hazur, the Lord is present. Tell me how I can help. Baba often says to us, children, don't carry burdens. Give your burdens to me. For me, your burdens are not burdens. No problem for me. But for you, you become heavy. Just become manmanabhav. Hand over. But you got this habit of carrying burdens because of the consciousness of mind. So you got to let go of that. So Baba is very caring, very kind, and very compassionate. So Baba's priority is to remove sorrow. He is the remover of sorrow, the bestower of happiness. So he's constantly looking to see how he can be compassionate. What can he do that can remove sorrow? And Baba is very generous. He has the sanskars of generosity. So actually, we don't do that much, do we? And then Baba gives us a lot in return. And Baba says, look, I don't want you to do Hatha Yoga. You've been having many births of hard work because many paths of bhakti are very difficult, very austere. And some of them we self-harm as well in those practices. So we've been doing all of those things. And Baba says, this is now easy Raj Yoga. I don't want you self-harming and doing things like that. And just for remembering Baba, studying knowledge, a little bit of service, following, inculcating purity, like we don't do that much. Baba gives us multi-million, multi-billion returns, very generous, because he feels like he doesn't just want to give the amount that we do, but he wants to give much more. And he is remembered as Bholenath. Bhardo Joli Bholenath. Hey, innocent Lord, fill my apron. And this is the memorial of Shiva because he gives much more. This is what the meaning of the innocent Lord is. He gives much more, very generous. It's not like a business transaction. It's much more generous than that. And Baba says, why should he keep it for himself? It's for the children anyway. So Baba is Chaitanya. He is the living being. And then Baba is Anand Swarup, the embodiment of bliss. And this is Baba's first introduction in the drama. When he came into Brahma Baba's body, he said, Nijanand Swarupam Shivoham Shivoham. I am the original bliss. So not just blissful, because we have many interpretations of what is bliss. But Baba says Nij. Nij means original. Nijananda Swarupam. I am the original bliss. So Shiv Baba is the original bliss. And when I look at Baba, even though he doesn't have a body, I look at this point of light, and since my early days, I've had this experience, and I enjoy this experience very, very much. And maybe you also have this experience. I can see this point of light smiling, and I call it the smile of Shiva. And then when Shiv Baba does come into the body, so even if you look at Brahma Baba's picture and you take drishti in Baba's room, or like through whatever picture you're using, or when you watch the video of Avyak Babdada, when you look into Baba's eyes, you'll see this smile of Shiva. It's in the eyes. But even when I remember Shiv Baba in the soul world as the incorporeal, I can still see this smile. And it's the smile of the original bliss. Because Shiv Baba's blissfulness doesn't change. He is beyond happiness and sorrow. He is beyond victory and defeat. He is beyond success and failure. He's just blissful. And so Baba's reminding us that originally the soul is blissful. But we have come into this drama and our mind has become framed that we got to do something in order to be happy. We have to achieve something in order to be happy. We have to have something in order to be happy. We have to be with someone in order to be happy. So our blissfulness is based on achieving something and doing something. But Baba's reminding us that as you shed all of your layers and become more full on the inside, actually you will originally go back into your original bliss. You were originally blissful. So the sign of the karmatit state is you return back to your original bliss. And of course, Shiv Baba is eternally karmatit anyway. So he is originally blissful. So we look at Shiv Baba and we can see that this point of light is smiling. He is blissful. He brings that blissfulness in his aura. And I can feel the waves of that original bliss, the bliss of the seed, washing over me. And the frequency of that bliss touches something deep inside of me, my original bliss. When I am in mukti, I'm in liberation. I am just originally blissful. In Baba's bliss, I begin to just touch that original bliss of liberation. The bliss of being beyond the drama. The bliss of just me and Baba. I don't know anyone else. I don't know anything about the drama. I'm beyond the staircase. When I enter the drama, I'm always coming down the staircase. But this is beyond all that. I'm the soul. I'm liberated. I am my originally blissful self. And Shiv Baba is the original bliss. And I let those waves of the original bliss wash over me. This is my Baba. He is Satchit Anand Swarup. And he is making me back into Satchit Anand Swarup. Shanti. I wonder if any of you who are still here would like to share anything. Still absorbed in silence, I think. Rachita, would you like to share anything?
Well, I'd like to say Om Shanti, good afternoon to all. And it's nice to see you all. This is good that we can still, through technology, get together and serve the world. And still see each other and share. So if anybody would like to share any experience or anything, please do.
I think everyone is just absorbed in their yoga. So thank you to those of you who were here with us live. And also very warm greetings to those of you who watch afterwards. I know many of you do later on, and we do think of you as well. I know that you've been missing the Saturdays for the last few weeks, so thanks for bearing with us. And this yoga practice, shall we do it for the next week? Let's Satchitanand, because the thing about yoga practice is you've got to repeat them and then make them deeper. So maybe we can use this as our theme for the week and make this practice deeper and deeper. And I'm sure you'll continue to have very good experiences. So Om Shanti, everyone. Have a great week. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Nice to see you, Sister Vivian, Sona Bear.
Thank you, Ranjan Ben. Nice to see you too.
Julie.